All right, so I'm going to make a quick video here while it's at the top of my mind. So this morning I post on Twitter a screenshot of an awake from December of 1980 where it talks about somebody who was a UFO spotter, and they used to go to Stonehenge and they'd see all these anomalies and all that. And in the article in the Awake magazine, there were just some pretty funny quotes indicating that UFO spotting can lead to a form of possession. And in the same article, it talked about a lady who went to go see The Exorcist, and because she exposed herself to that movie, The Exorcist, she was very concerned that she brought a demon home with her, and her experience. And then, of course, she contacted the witnesses and started studying the Truth Book, and all of her problems with demon possession were solved. And the last screen capture from the Twitter post that I made was a quote. The closing paragraph of the article said, so if you're having any problems, please reach out to Jehovah's Witnesses. They're not exorcists, but they do know what the Bible says about helping you. So anyway, so I posted that on Twitter, and JW Victims, she reposted my post, and she said, let's get a string going of our favorite witness demon stories. So I just figured I'd make a quick video in response to JW Victims. I'll do a video reply to your challenge, and obviously I'll post it on Twitter as well. So anyway, long story short, back in like 2002, I was physically out, but I was still mentally in. So anyway, I was a landlord, so I had a 4-family home in Massachusetts at the time, and I was renting out the attic apartment to a lady who worked at the local hospital. And she comes down to so I lived on the property, so she comes down to my apartment one day and knocks on the door, and she asked me, Curtis, has anybody died in the house, or is there anything that you need to disclose to me about a death within the house? And I said, boy, I've been living here for years, and no, I've never heard of anything. Why? What's got you concerned? And she says, I think I have an entity in my house. Now, of course, you hear something like that when you're still mentally in as a former witness. And of course, that rings all the way down through your body like, oh no, what's going on? So I tried to, maintain my landlord relationship with the tenant. I said, okay, so what's making you think that that's the issue? And she says, I'll be sitting in my apartment and my stereo will turn on, and it always turns on to the same song. And she says, and it's really, really loud too. And I'm thinking, I've heard recently some loud music coming out of your apartment. I'm thinking this to myself. And she says, yeah, and so the other day I was in my living room and my stereo comes on as I'm sitting there, and it's super, super loud, and I'm watching TV. And she says, so I think to myself, well, maybe the entity in the home really, really likes this specific song, because it always seems to turn on to Mariah Carey. What was a Mariah Carey song? Always Be My Baby. It's always that song, and it's really freaking me out. And now, of course, the witness programming within me, so I'm asking her, so is there anything new? Have you brought anything into your house? Right? Like something from a tag sale or something that somebody gave to you, because that's the way witnesses were always told to handle issues of the supernatural, that somehow you carried some type of talisman or something, and it's got some psychic spore or something on it, so you have to find it, locate it. So what ends up happening is she's like, no, there's nothing I can think of. All right, so I'm a little freaked out now, right? So I go upstairs to her apartment, and I'm looking around, and I don't, what am I looking for, right? So I go over to her stereo, and I look at her stereo, and I'm noticing, it looks like you have a timer set on your stereo. Come to find out, what was going on is she didn't realize that she had set a timer on her stereo. So every day at a certain time in the afternoon, and she didn't know it when she was at work because it was happening while she was gone, but when she was home on the weekends, her stereo would come on and play the first track of the first CD in her stereo, which happened to be Mariah Carey, Always Be My Baby. And when I said your stereo has a program, program feature on it, so I push a button and turn off the programming. And I said, so if you still have any problem, let me know, and we'll take it from there. But let's see if that fixes it. So I exorcised the Mariah Carey demon from her stereo, and I didn't have to burn the whole house down. So that's good. Anyway, I just wanted to share that quick story. I just keep laughing the more I think about it. I laugh more at myself than anything else about the way in the moment that I was reacting to one of my tenants wondering if anybody had died in the home because there was some type of entity that was a Mariah Carey fan. Anyway, I hope this video brought a smile to your face today.